How's this for title? Pig lover Waid stops G.I. Joe King Kong book written by literally Satan. Stunning and brave. Click the links to send me art or support the channel on Coffee or Patreon. Mark Waid, no matter what side you take in Comicsgate, can't we all agree that deplatforming is beyond gay? Messing with people's ability to feed themselves is evil. What exactly was Mark Waid trying to accomplish by stopping Meyer from printing a comic about G.I. Joe and King Kong? This guy sent me this art. I don't know if he wants his name out there or not. If he does, I'll give him credit for it. It's another Bianca Fights the Zombie image. So if someone wants to color it, go ahead and we'll put it up for people to look at. Let me take a look at what was in Jawbreakers that was so evil it had to be stopped by such uncivil means. In the comic, absolutely nothing. Don't get me wrong, it was good mostly except for the writing, but I am sure he'll learn how to write by his third or fourth book. Maybe EVS can give him some lessons. Isn't Zach the guy who decided to kill off the hot chick? Genius move. That's something that drives me crazy when people do that kind of crap, but I want to make an emotional impact. You're not Hemingway. You're making a comic book about monkeys. You don't kill a hot chick. You involve her in an adventure, then you marry her off and send her home to make babies. Then you invent a new hot chick. That's the magic of fiction. We create these worlds where impossible things can occur. You can have guys parachute onto a monkey, fight some battles, have a superhuman push a tank, then they rescue the Swedish lingerie team, bang them, then go on their next adventure, because it's fiction. Speaking of offensive content, when is Rainbow Brute coming out? Is he going to cuck out on that? Rainbow Brute could be really funny, but I suspect EVS is afraid to put it out and have it used against him. They already call him a German socialist. The only thing worse than a socialist is a misogynist socialist. Congratulations, Mark Waid. You stopped Antarctic Press from publishing Meyer's Monkey Book, which sold thousands of copies, which Antarctic would have had a piece of. Why exactly? Because you personally don't like Meyer. Meyer, 12-year veteran of 2 wars, has mixed-race first and second wives and girlfriends, and mixed children from all around the world. That guy's the bad guy because Mark Waid said so. Mark Waid is how do I say this in a politically correct way that won't get me kicked off of YouTube? I guess I can't. We'll have to settle for calling him a colossal douchebag. Hey, Mike. But every day, Mark Waid has to wake up, look in the mirror, and be Mark Waid. You know, if this lol suit did nothing else, it's shut up Waid for a few years. Every time he goes on social media, he steps on his dick. Hey, remember the time he called a black bisexual artist a white supremacist? Gee, Waid, you really have a thing against the beautiful people of the light. Doesn't your DNA read 100% European? How do you hate yourself? Just because you're an obese, bald, childless weirdo who lives to destroy lives on Twitter. He may be on Facebook, but Facebook is for grandmas who want to share recipes. I mentioned a few months ago it would probably be good for Comicsgate if your boy lost, and I think people took that the wrong way because they downvoted that video. It would make our position as the underdog clear, and it would unify us against that D-bag Mark Waid. People send me comics at BiancaZombie602 at gmail.com. Some are better than others. This one happens to be very, very good. I guess he actually released its complete comic on Kickstarter. I don't know how well it did, but I think he said he's going to re-release it again. So I hope I don't have enough followers to help him, but I will do whatever I can to make this successful, because it is a legitimately good comic. It's about the zombie world of Oz. And I don't have his name in front of me, which shows you how prepared I am. And it was good. It's a good comic. It deserves to be out there. I'll take a look at this one later after I talk to him a little bit more. I saw that Zach had a video out about this, and I'm not about to watch an hour-long video about what a D-sucker Waid is. I'd rather just make my own. If Meyer lost the case, it would inspire the comics Twitter to attack. They'd be fired up. Actually, it would be a very good time to launch a comic. Comicsgate would be so pissed they'd open their wallets. It would also bring publicity to Zach's and the rest of the Comicsgate channels. All the pros have been keeping quiet on Twitter because they're waiting to see where the chips fall. But if Zach loses, all these see you next Tuesdays on Twitter will be absolutely insufferable, which is good. The more normies they see what twats the Dan Slots, Gail Simone, Kelly Sues are, the more will be checking out Comicsgate, and they'll see how cool we are. At least cool in comparison. Hopefully, by that time, our very own Voldemort will stop spurging out. Our very own fat, bald Voldemort and the Hobbit. I'm not naming names, but I do like the terms Voldemort and the Hobbit. Actually, Voldemort looks a lot like Mark Waid. And all joking aside, when you're going bald, please just shave it off. Accept it. Seeing a half-bald head looks like you're suffering from radiation poisoning. It's gross. Just shave it off and lose some weight. What does all this come down to? Myers criticized SJW propaganda comics. That's it. He thought stupid comics were stupid. SJWs do not take criticism well because they are not used to it. They spend as much time as possible in a safe space. Echo chambers are not a joke to these people. They're the kids who framed their participation trophies. And if you think it's also a left versus right issue, Mark Waid is a globalist suffering from TDS, while Meyer is right of center. But it's a moot point because a fellow far leftist like Waid would never criticize SJW comics. Left-wingers, globalists, alt-left are scared of people further to the left of them because globalists are violent. Take a look at Antifa, or Stalin, or Mao. They are terrified that they'll be canceled for wrongthink. And in terms of oppression points, Mark Waid doesn't have any. He is the 1%, a literal California millionaire. He is the filthy bourgeoisie. When the revolution comes, he'll be sent to the gulags, which is probably why dirty smear merchants like him write propaganda like Ignited with Kwanzaa, who hates whites as much as Waid. Ignited is a comic set in Arizona where the beautiful people of the light commit crimes. Why not just set it in Narnia? Arizona has 3 big groups, Hispanic, Euro, Afro. Of those 3 groups, the Euro per capita commit the least amount of crime, but in Mark Waid's anti-white unicorn world, he is not allowed to show anything other than blonde rednecks. Hey Waid, most Arizona crime is by people who don't speak English. But he knows that and doesn't care because F Whitey. Okay, I want to take a quick look at this guy's use of color. He's got the color covers. Oops, let me get that zoomed in. But oh, come on. Come on, bro. It is a wild and wonderful concept of zombie world of Oz. So he uses color sparingly at first. And, it's kind of I guess it's an all ages book because all the violence is deliberately off screen. So you're not seeing anything. It's suggested, but it's totally effective, and it feels like it's fine for adults. I really enjoyed it. So he uses color to illustrate her memories, and then to do little highlights of color for some of the text boxes, and to emphasize certain movements. These are the when I was a kid and I saw the flying monkeys. That was terrifying. So this is what's her name, Gail, I think. God, that was a great movie. And if you ever want to trip out for a little bit, you can go on YouTube and they have the oh God, what's the one where they set it to music? I mean, it's Wizards of Oz set to I can't remember the band's name. It's like you put a camera on you and you don't realize all of a sudden the pressure. They set the movie to music, and it kind of syncs up. I mean, if you're high enough, doesn't all music sync up to the Wizard of Oz? It's on YouTube. You can find it. It's very, very cool. Anyway, so you can see that he's using color sparingly, which is probably to save on printing costs, I guess. And so this is the extent of the violence. Is you're going to see zombies get their heads blown off, but all the violence against humans is off screen. Anyway, this is a great comic. And then so it definitely all ages. Then they go to Oz where they've got these people are like opening up wormholes, or the flying monkeys are opening up wormholes and stuff. It's really interesting. And this is the first time I heard of this book. I don't know if this guy just saw the zombie name and decided, oh, hey, since you're into zombies too. And then she opens her eyes up in Oz, and it's in color. So if you remember the movie, it's very effective. And I emailed him back. I said, yeah, it's cool, except for what it looks like an adult pleasure device for a temple. But he says there's a purpose to that, so I don't know what that is. Come on. I'm going to have to upgrade this Kindle. Someone gave me a gift certificate for Amazon, so maybe I'll get the next Kindle up is the $80 version. It's very, very cool. Okay, this is Neil Gaiman's... let me get that little soy boy image in there. I forget what he did exactly on Twitter. I think he did something against Comicsgate where he just kind of soyed out. It's like, dude, doesn't the concept of due process apply anymore? Anyway, this is an older printing where they're using, I think this is the 4-color method, so I'm guessing this is a lot cheaper. But it's also pretty effective. I don't even remember this. Is that an old Jaguar? Nice. 5 minutes outside the air. Anyway, yeah, I think that is. It's either a Jag or a Rolls. It kind of front end looks like the curves look like a Jag, but that hood ornament, I mean the grill, looks like the Rolls. Looks like he confused a Jag and a Rolls. Anyway, this is numbered, over 200 pages, 226 pages. And this at the time was $20, so fair enough. It's going to be more. I get that, but it's this looks like it's glued and square bound. So that thing I was talking about yesterday with the price for the Comicsgate books, it's just something to keep in mind. Actually, you know what I would like to do is when I get a few more subs, I would like to give away a lot of these books because I don't have room on my bookshelf, and you know, I like reading comic books, but I was never a collector of comic books. So anyway, if you want to support the channel, click the links. If you want to send me art or comics that are digital, you send BiancaZombie62@gmail.com. If you want to send me hardcover, I'm getting a P.O. box tomorrow because some people mentioned they did have some things to send me. I hope it's not Corona Chan is all I can say. Guys, I will see you all next episode.